For today's therapy session, we are going to be working on spring cleaning our minds. So, what exactly do I mean by that? I'm glad that you asked, let me tell you. So with every season change and we go through these little roller coasters, right? Mood swings, just our sinuses and just our thoughts are all over the place. So we're gonna work on changing it up, making sure that we always have the right mindset and we always are in the moment with what we're doing. And with that, we're gonna bring in DBT, which is dialectical behavioral therapy, as well as CBT. If you've been around for a while, you know that we use CBT, DBT in the Bible. CBT is cognitive behavioral therapy, and as you know, we can't do any of it without the Lord, so we are going to bring the word in as well. But I'm going to give you a pop quiz real quick. So when it comes to our minds and changing our perspective a little bit and doing this, cleansing, our spring cleaning of the mind, which one are we going to use the most? With the Bible, of course. Are we going to use DBT or CBT? Yes, CBT, because it's cognitive behavioral therapy, and cognitive is the mind. What is DBT? Yeah, so like dialectical means two. Yes, so it's for people specifically diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. It's to help regulate emotions, right? But when it comes to our mind, we also need to regulate our emotions. So the reason why I'm bringing DBT into it today is this. We want to work on accumulating positive emotions short term. So like right now, in the moment, what this looks like. You want to build positive experiences now, okay? And then we want to increase pleasant events that will lead to positive emotions. And then we want to do one thing each day from our pleasant events list. So we will be bringing this in. We already have a lot of notes because we've done this before for something else, but it comes in handy for many different things. And then we want to practice opposite action. So we want to avoid avoiding. So when we're down and we're not feeling too great, we want to avoid dwelling in that, but we also don't want to take away from just how we're feeling in general, because we don't want our secondary emotion to come in and take over. So example, if I'm feeling sad, I will allow myself to feel sad, but I won't dwell in the sadness. Does that make sense? Good. Then we want to be mindful of the pleasant events. What does that look like to you? Yeah, so we're going to take some notes on that too, so that you can take home with you all the things that we discussed today. So one thing we are going to go over is being mindful. I'm going to write out, what does that look like for you? Yes, focusing on one thing at a time. And that's what this says. No multitasking. So I'm going to bold that. No multitasking. Very good. Okay. And then to keep going here, we want to be mindful of the positive experience. So focus your attention on the positive moments when they are happening. Don't let your mind wander too much, right? You want to keep bringing it back to the moment that you're having right then and there. Like us right now. Let's practice right now together. Okay. And then you want to refocus your attention when your mind does wander, which I said. But we want to specifically try to, when it's negative emotions, definitely try to bring it back to positive ones. Now, this can become unhealthy, so be careful. I know, lots of rules, lots of things to be mindful about. So the thing is, if you avoid, that's bad. But if you acknowledge, I have this negative thought, okay, it's there. What do I do with it, right? Just acknowledge it and then bring your focus back to your positive experience. Okay? And then you want to participate fully in the experience that you're having, the positive one, like us right now. And then we want to not worry. So, example, if you're having a great moment, you don't want to think like, oh, when is it going to end? When is it going to end? Okay. And then, oh, I should be doing more. Right? No, you just want to enjoy it now and just be present. Be present. Okay? And how does that tie into God? Right? Well, Matthew 6:34 states that we should, do you remember? Not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry for itself. Here, I'll find you the exact verse. You know we love the sounds of books around here. I'm still learning where everything's at. It'll take lots of time. One day though, I'll know. I have hair everywhere. Okay. Matthew 6, 13:4. Therefore, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. That's literally my favorite Bible verse. Okay? So now, what does this mean as far as cognitive behavioral therapy, right? Because that's what we're trying to change. So let's go ahead and go here. So we're going to put how to use CBT for a positive mindset. We want a workbook for it. Because the thing with CBT is the whole point too is anytime you have a thought, that will eventually become like an action, right? So, example, you have intrusive thoughts, right? Do you ever act on those intrusive thoughts? Probably not. I mean, I wouldn't put it past some of you, but wouldn't put it past you, but don't ever act on intrusive thoughts. So the 4 basic steps, right, are like identifying troubling issues, and then what that looks like. Issues may include fear, worry, anger, symptoms of self-image, and more. Decide what issues you want to focus on. Well, let's say you're trying to be in the moment with me right now, but you keep thinking all these negative thoughts. Like, let's say, oh, what if I get in an accident on the way home? Which I pray that you don't, but that's a thought that you're having trouble with, right? So the issue is a fear or a worry. So then we want to go to grasping the thoughts and emotions and beliefs. Notice your beliefs, thoughts, and emotions on the issue. Observe your self-talk and the meaning it has for you, right? So if you're like telling yourself, my goodness, I could get into an accident, I could, you're kind of talking that into reality, right? You want to be careful with like what you say to yourself, because if you tell yourself like, I could get into an accident, you're going to worry more and more, right? So then you want to identify negative thinking, examine physical emotions and behavior responses, determine any cycles or patterns that are unhelpful. So you want to just acknowledge like, oh, that's not a very positive thought. That's a negative thought. And then you want to reshape the negative thought. Change your thoughts to be more factual and positive. It may take time. Notice how changing thought changes your emotions. So again, when we're in an experience, right, you want to stay in the moment with that experience, okay? In the moment our mind starts to go, oh, I don't deserve this. Oh, I need to be doing more. Oh, like, I need to do this when I get home. Oh, what if I get in an accident on the way home? Like, what if, like, one of my dogs is, sick and I can't be there for them, right? All these, like, negative thoughts cloud our minds, right? So what do we want to do? We want to clean it. We're going to do some spring cleaning today. And we're going to focus only on factual, positive experiences right now in this moment. Okay, so here, let's do something. You guys, you know I have all these wacky pens. Okay, so right now, I just want you to be in the moment with this little guy. You want to help me name this little guy? That's what we're gonna do right now. We're gonna be in the moment with this little guy. Do you see his glasses coming off? I need to fix that. That's okay though. That's okay. We're not gonna pay attention to it. You know why? Because look at how cute this little guy is. Look at, he wants to come say hello. Can you say hello? Hello. Right? So we're just gonna focus on this little guy right now. Here, let me do this. Brush your face. Doesn't that feel nice? Doesn't that feel nice? Yeah, that's very soft. It's very soft. Okay. Now while I'm doing this, tell me the experience you're having right now in this moment. Yeah, it's a positive experience, huh? Exactly. Okay, so we're gonna stay focused on that. You wanna see a little dude again? You wanna see him? Hello. Hi. Peekaboo. Boo. And the other thing that you wanna do, have fun. Always have fun in life, okay? Never grow up. It's a scam. Honestly, I'm being so serious. Take time out of your day to smile about anything and everything you can. I'm serious. So this is where, God definitely comes in handy. Should we say bye to our little guy? Bye. Boop, 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 boop. So with every positive experience and everything that we do, we want to bring God with us. There's this saying, never stop praying. And what that really looks like is just never stop talking to God. And once you see the benefits of that, you will see why. Because it's so positive and it's so uplifting. It's so happy, right? So let's Google. And you know what? I'm going to ask you, what comes into mind when I ask you that? What does it mean to God to be joyful right now in this moment? No matter what you're going through. I know it can be tricky. Think real hard. I'll give you a moment to think about. So, I'll tell you, contentment, just being content no matter what, will bring you so much joy. Do you know why? Okay, so we often as humans like to complain about everything, right? But if you take that, if you take the complaining away completely, and you only focus on the good, I mean, sometimes that can be unhealthy, but in this situation, it's good. So let's say your car breaks down, okay? That's a negative thing, right? Well, it's okay to say, oh, my car broke down, right? All right, God, my car broke down. What am I going to do about this, right? Well, you're probably going to call a tow truck, or you're going to call a buddy, or you're going to call somebody, right? No big deal. That right there. No big deal. Now, I'm not invalidating. I'm not gaslighting. We're just, okay. We're content. It's okay. Life is still going to go on, and it's going to be okay. You see what I did there? Instead of telling you, you're fine, get over it. No, it's simply just life goes on, things happen, and it's going to be okay. Is it okay right in that moment? No. So when we say focus on every experience, right? I can see how that can be very, very confusing. Well, because I used to think like that. But now it's okay. Well, this happened. It's going to be okay. And then we focus on just getting it done and doing what we need to do in a positive way. Call up a friend. Hey, car broke down. Would you mind coming and helping me? Take a moment to fellowship. Oh, praise the Lord. It happened here and not in busy traffic. Praise the Lord that you answered your phone. Praise the Lord that nothing bad happened. It wasn't severe. You know what I mean? There's always reasons to praise the Lord. Okay? So now let's look at some Bible verses. Ecclesiastes 3:12. So Ecclesiastes 3:12. We're going to start at verse 9. What do workers gain from their toil? I have seen the burden God has laid on the human race. He has made everything beautiful in its time. He has also set eternity in the human heart. Yet no one can fathom what God has done from beginning to end. I know that there is nothing better for people than to be happy and to do good while they live, that each of them may eat and drink and find satisfaction in all their toil. This is the gift of God. I know that everything God does will endure forever. Nothing can be added to it and nothing taken from it. So you see, God also wants us to have joy and happiness, right? And I do want to touch on contentment because that is very big and that is going to help significantly. So we're going to take a look at Philippians 4:11. We'll start at 10. I rejoice greatly in the Lord that at last you renewed your concern for me. Indeed, you were concerned, but you had no opportunity to show it. I am not saying this because I am in need, for I have learned to be content whatever the circumstances. I know what it is to be in need, and I know what it is to have plenty. I have learned the secret of being content in any and every situation, whether well-fed or hungry, whether living in plenty or in want. I can do all this through him who gives me strength. So, with all things, we are to be in the moment, and it is God who said that first. Be content, be mindful, and find peace and joy in everything. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at a list of pleasant events that you can do. And you can tell me yes or no, and I will write them here as well, the ones that you really like and some of the ones that you're like, no thank you. So I'm going to read it out and you're just going to tell me yes or no. Working on my car. Planning a career. Yeah, some of these might trigger anxiety. Getting out of debt. Collecting things. Baseball cards, coins, stamps, rocks, shells, etc. I also do want to make a point that we want to maybe not focus so much on materialistic things because that's never going to bring you joy. What about going on vacation? Need a vacation? Thinking how it will be when I finish school or the current job you're at. Recycling old items or maybe giving to thrift stores, giving to the need. Relaxing, going to or watching a movie, about jogging or walking, thinking I have done a full day's work, listening to music. You like that one? Okay, that's a good one. Another one is listening to, again, a way you can bring God into it is put on worship music and just praise the Lord. Let's see. Thinking about, it says past parties, but we don't want to do that. Laughing. Remember we said earlier we want to find things to laugh and smile about daily. Go look up funny cat videos, funny animal videos. What about meeting new people? Is that for you? There's so many. I won't read all of them. We're just trying to get a general idea. I can already tell too some of these. Not so much your thing. Okay. What about going out to eat? No? Okay. Yoga, exercise. Picking flowers. Okay. Playing a sport. Okay, which sport do you like to play the most? I like to play volleyball myself. So I'm gonna put volleyball. Okay, just any sport. Honestly, yeah, I just like to be active, especially in the spring and the summer. What about going swimming? Okay. Ooh, bike riding? Hiking. Yeah, hiking, okay. Let's see, what about camping? No. Singing around the house? I'm gonna put dancing and singing around the house. Okay. We'll do a few more because we don't want to overwhelm our brains, right? What about, have you ever had this one where you like plan your wedding, your dream wedding, thinking about getting married? Okay. Just for fun. Playing a musical instrument? Okay. What about watching a show? Cooking? You like to cook? Okay. Let's see. Some of these are a little repetitive. What kind of scenery is around you? You like to do photography, maybe? You just take your phone. That would be something really good for you to do. Go and like try to get a shot of something specific. Like write down like something you'd like to find, and then maybe go on a walk and find that thing. Who knows? Ooh, playing with animals, petting an animal. Okay. Perfect. Let's go to the side now. Texting a friend. I think that one's a good one. Okay. What about joining a band? No? Alright, well, you know what? I think that's good for now. So now we're going to go through, and you can tell me, because you know we're trying to switch our mindset a little bit. What does it look like to you to listen to music? Are you multitasking when you're listening to music? No? Okay. So you're just enjoying it. Okay. And then, obviously, when it comes to putting on worship music and praising the Lord, laughing and smiling, what does that look like to you in the moment? Exactly. Embraced in whatever is making smile. Very good. Look at you picking up on this. Okay, so you kind of get the hang of it. Exactly. So what it looks like to really spring clean our minds is basically just, okay, we have negative thoughts. I acknowledge it. Okay, and here's what we're going to do about it. Here's where we are going to take that negative thought, and we're either going to completely just shift it and go, nope, this is what we're going to do instead, or we're going to go, okay, I acknowledge you. I see you. And you're going to sit there for a minute, and you're just going to, because sometimes bad things do happen. We don't want to invalidate ourselves or gaslight ourselves, essentially, okay? So we want to go, okay, yeah, that happened. Ouch. Okay. Yep. And then we'll go, all right, time to move on, right? So how do you feel about today's session? Is it helpful at all? Good. I'm so glad. What can you take away the most from today? Okay, good. I'm going to write that down. And then I will print this for you. And we'll continue to work on this too. I mean, you're not going to change overnight. So throughout the months of spring, we will continue to do some spring cleaning. Yeah. Have you ever tried to like spring clean your house, your closet even? That can't get it done in a day. Your garage maybe? Exactly. It's important to acknowledge that these things can take time too. So cut yourself some slack, all right? It was wonderful to see you today. I'm so happy that you're here, and I'll see you again very soon. Okay, bye-bye.